Hello and welcome to another Duskmourn House of Horror draft. I'm Paul Cheon, and today we are sitting at rank number 3. We actually played a fair amount the other day, and I got a bunch of trophies and I had a really great record, but I only went up to rank 3. So props to the people who are rank 2 and rank 1 because they built a pretty sizable lead, and I'm going to hope to be able to tap into some of that and hit rank 2 or rank 1 before season's end. The day of recording on this is October 30th, but this will be coming out on the 31st. So happy Halloween to anybody who celebrates Halloween. Hope you have a wonderful Halloween. I will be taking the kids out myself. But I did have a question for upcoming videos after the season resets. Do you want more Duskmourn draft videos, or shall I dabble in some arena cubes and some other things that Arena offers until, of course, Foundations comes out in a couple of weeks. Anyways, let's hop into this draft. Now, before I do, I just wanted to say that this video is brought to you by tcgplayer.com. Check out tcgplayer.com for all your TCG singles and sealed product needs. You want to pick up a booster box or singles for your upcoming FNM event or just for your deck, for a commander deck, make sure you check them out. Click that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Additionally, check out heavyplay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. We're talking about deck boxes, play mats, dice boxes, sleeves, life pads, and more. Heavyplay.com/paulcheon will get you 10% off your first order. All right, ready up? Something good. I opened a couple of Valgavott's Onslaught recently, and I'm hoping... Nope, that's not Valgavott's Onslaught. That is Winter Misanthropic Guide. Yes, I probably mispronounced it, but whatever. All right, what do we have? We have Floodpitch Drowner and Brood Spinner as the two top options here. Both are very strong. I don't generally like starting out black-green. I like green paired with red and blue a little bit more than black. I will go into black-green. I just haven't had as much success unless I have a Swarm Weaver in my deck. Brood Spinner is good, but I think Floodpitch Drowner is similar in power level, but a lot more flexible, and it just goes in any deck, so I think this is the pick. One of my favorite uncommons in the set. I don't think it's the most powerful, but I think it's pretty underrated still, and something that I'm very, very happy playing in my deck. And moving on to pack number 2, we have Smoky Lounge, which I don't think is going to be the card that I'm taking. Nothing too big that pops out here. Percussionist is a fine common, but of course not a great follow-up to Floodpitch Drowner. There's Glimmerburst and Lionheart Glimmer. Lionheart Glimmer could be a consideration if I did want to move into blue-white enchantment. So for me, I'm kind of looking at Lionheart Glimmer, Percussionist, Watchdog, and Glimmerburst here. And I think, I mean, I'm a fan of this card, and I think with the Floodpitch Drowner, I'm just going to take this to see if there's something else a little more obvious for me to move into. I think the Glimmer is fine, but, you know, unless I'm going super wide, it's just, I'd rather just take the Glimmerburst for my deck here. And I am very, very happy and comfortable starting blue and then figuring out whether or not I should pair it with white or with green, which is ideally the combination that I want to pair blue with. Moving into this pack, we have Beastie Beatdown, which is the best card in the pack, but Bottomless Pool is also very, very strong and allows us to still give ourselves the opportunity to be enchantments here. And Bottomless Pool, I just really, really like in general. Just 1-mana bounce effects are strong, especially if you can pick this up with cards like Fear of Isolation. And then, of course, in the late game, you also have access to Locker Room. So I will take this over the Beastie Beatdown here. And another mono blue start. Okay. Now we have a very, very solid uncommon. Another card that I do think is kind of undervalued that I think is quite good is Break Down the Door. So I think I'm going to take that here. Let's Play a Game is fine, but I like it more in green-black Delirium decks. Innocuous Rat and Fear of Surveillance are also fine. I do think Break Down the Door is better than Fear of Surveillance, but of course, if I wanted to go into blue-white, I would take the Fear of Surveillance. But in order for me to want to go into blue-white, I kind of want to see a Signpost uncommon if possible. Glimmer, not so much, but, you know, Gremlin Tamer, Inquisitive Glimmer, cards of that nature. But I do really, really like Break Down the Door here, so going to go ahead and take that. And now we have a really interesting pick. There's a Skullstab Nuisance, but like I said, I'm not big on going into blue-black, but there's a couple of decent green cards here as well. There's Manifest Dread and Overgrown Zealot. And I think they're both good. I don't have a bunch of Manifest payoffs just yet, but I kind of favor the Zealot here. Oftentimes when I'm blue-green, I like splashing, and Overgrown Zealot is just a really awesome blocker early that gives you the option to splash other colors. if I had, let's say, more Manifest Payoff type cards, I could consider taking the Manifest Dread. But hey, that's another Manifest Dread that I'm very happy to pick up. Another great 2-mana card, and hopefully we can pick up some Paranormal Analysts or Oblivious Bookworms. I also like Twist Reality in blue-green, but not more so than just another solid 2-drop here to go into my deck. I mean, this is the 2-mana common creature that you want to play in your blue-green decks. Here, I'm just going to take Lakeside Shack. Certainly like it over more than the Piranha Fly and the Branch Snapper here. So really solid start here. No rares or anything like that, but just like the combination of cards that I have. Good curve, some interaction, some card draw. Happy enough with this start. Don't ever really want to play Cautious Survivor in my blue-green deck. So I think I'm going to speculate and take Bleeding Woods because red is often a card that I commonly splash when I go blue-green. Scorching Dragonfire, even Impossible Inferno. Beastie Beatdown, for example, in that previous pack would be another thing to consider. Now, I don't really think Enter the Enigma is particularly playable. I'll take a Branch Snapper. I'm not super high on the Branch Snapper, but you know, I don't mind playing it. Oftentimes, I won't even cut a land for this. But I guess with the Zealot, that's a consideration. But it's a nice big thing to flip over if you have a bunch of Manifest cards. Here, I'll take a Wary Watchdog for the mana curve here. And like I said, a totally fine start, but nothing amazing. Don't like the long neck. And you know how I feel about the Inspector, but I do like Cathartic Parting, especially in a good blue-green deck. You're often decking yourself, or you come close to it, and I like having this as a disenchant effect that also lets me shuffle things back in. Also, blue-green cares a little bit less about Delirium, so I don't mind this as an interactive spell. Blue seemed to kind of dry up after the first few picks, but still think we have an okay setup here. Power level not super high. And we're going to have to hopefully rely on some other uncommons or maybe a splash to kind of move into, to add power to our deck. Here we have a couple of options. There's literally 0 blue or green cards, which is tragic. But we have a couple of good black cards that we could maybe splash. There's Comeback Wrong and Brood Spinner. And I don't actually know what to take. I like Brood Spinner, but I like it more when I can play it turn 2. And I think on the splash, and given that I need some removal, I'm going to take the Comeback Wrong. But I'm not 100% on this. But here, my deck right now has a pretty big hole. I only had Flood Pitch Drowner as a hard removal spell. So let's just go ahead and take this Comeback Wrong and see where things go. Noting that we passed the Brood Spinner in pack 1. It didn't table. So there's at least one person on black-green. Now this pack has 2 amazing cards. Nothing in blue-green, but there's a Toby. Not really ideal on the splash, but a really powerful card. There's also a Nico. That's certainly something that I'm interested in splashing. Very happy that I took this Overgrown Zealot. And I would rather splash the Nico than the Comeback Wrong. This card is just that strong. So I will take it here and try to figure out a mana base that allows me to play Nico. I can certainly survive not having to play with Comeback Wrong. Moving on to this pack. Just a bunch of rares that are just not in the colors that win. But actually, the best card in this pack is Fear of Isolation. So I'm going to slam the Fear of Isolation here. I do like it over the Bottomless Pool. I did mention that I like interaction, but Fear of Isolation is just absolutely bonkers. Being able to pick up Nikos, sometimes Manifest cards, Bottomless Pools. This card just does so much. So I will take it here. I do think it's somewhat close. I like Bottomless Pool as well. All right, here there's a Scorching Dragonfire, but we're just going to take Growing Dread. Kind of want to splash the white here, if possible. Now I will take Breakdown. I do like the Abandoned Campground, but I just feel like Breakdown the Door is just too good of a card to pass up on here. So I'll take that here. And noting that yes, I do see the Abandoned Campground, but I like Breakdown the Door a fair amount. Moving on to this pack. I don't care as much about Say Its Name in blue-green. You're often milling yourself a bunch anyways. So I get, this is kind of dangerous territory, but I do like the Conductive Machete. Another Manifest card. Hopefully we can get another good Manifest payoff card outside of just the Growing Dread. This is kind of the weakest of the Manifest payoffs. I do like Betrayer's Bargain as interaction as well, but certainly a very decent start here. Now we do have a fair number of Manifest cards here, right? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yes, when there's absolutely nothing here for me to take, I can take the Cryptid Inspector, and I need a 3-drop. So possibly going to make, possibly going to make its way into our deck here. So now, as much as I like the Beastie Beatdown, I think I'm more interested in splashing the Nico. So I think I'm going to take the slightly weaker card here in the Monstrous Emergence. I like Manifest Dread, but as you can see, we have plenty of 2-mana plays already, and I do need an interaction. So let's take the Monstrous Emergence as an Eat Your Vegetables type pick. I do like the Beatdown and the Manifest Dread as well, though. But we're building a deck, okay? We're building a deck. Also, Cathartic Parting might not make its way into the deck now that I do have 2 copies of Breakdown the Door. This pack is kind of a blank, so I'll take the gems. Question, do Mythic rares give you more gems than normal rares? I actually don't know. Plenty of other decent white cards I could potentially splash. If I get any Trapped in the Screens, that would be another card. Sheltered by Ghosts. Those would all be reasonable cards to splash for. This doesn't feel like a Piranha Fly deck, but is there a... I mean, I'll take the Carnival. If I want to weirdly splash red and white, I guess. Again, reasonable deck. I need a Bookworm, okay? A Bookworm is what separates this from being a solid deck, maybe a 4-3-5-3 deck, into a trophy deck. Valgavod's Onslaught. I did tell you, I've had this in my last, like, 2 drafts. Okay. That is also the difference between getting a trophy and not. I will take the Valgavod's Onslaught and be absurdly happy about that. Okay. All right, well, we have our 5-drop here, friends. That's our 5-drop. Okay. Moving on to pick number 2. There is another Fear of Isolation, which I think I'm going to pretty happily take. I think this card is phenomenal. There's a Wickerfolk Thresher, which I think is... Hear me out here. I think it is significantly worse. And the win rate data also agrees with me here. This card I think is good, but not great. This card, great. I do like Glimmerburst as well. Moldering Gym would be interesting on the splash so I can get the Nico. Let's take Fear of Isolation here. Being able to pick up Growing Dreads, being able to pick up Bottomless Pool. Obviously it's better with rooms. I can pick up the Conductive Machete. If I really want some extra value, I can pick up the Nico. And now we have a complete blank of a pack. Literally nothing here for our deck. I don't really care about a second Branch Snapper here. Just nothing that's... There's nothing that's blue, green, or white. I mean, the white cards are just not splashable. I guess I'll take Strangled Cemetery in a world where I have to play this comeback wrong. But in a deck with a bunch of Manifest, you really don't want to play it 4 colors. Actually, no, I'm not going to... I'm just going to take the Branch Snapper. Yeah, it's just a card that can maybe go into my deck. It feels like we're fighting people over cards. So for that reason, I am going to just take a card that has a chance of making my deck instead of speculating. Here, I think I will take the Terramorphic Expanse, given that I have the Nico. I think Bashful Beastie is largely replacement level, and I think Terramorphic Expanse is a great addition here with the Nico, because that allows us to play probably 2 planes and a Terramorphic, just because we have a bunch of Manifests. Really need more interaction here. We have a Drowner, an Emergence, and a Bottomless Pool. Pretty light on interaction. Wow, there is a Brute... Excuse me. There is that Brute Spinner. No, that's just too greedy. I'm just going to take Moldering Gym here. I have things I want to ramp into now, too. I have the Valgavod's Onslaught. So I think this is just going to be nice. Also, in the extreme late game, I can pick it up with the Fear of Isolation for added value. I do like Brood Spinner, and that's certainly something that we could have splashed, but I also am interested in a Mana Fixer for the Nico, so I think I have enough 2-drops where I don't need the Wary Watchdog, so we'll take the Moldering Gym here. It's not the happiest Moldering Gym, but it is what it is, and man, we are getting absolutely cut off here. I mean, I guess the person passing to us is literally in blue-green, just not seeing anything. I guess I'll take the Long Neck just to have cards for my deck. I can splash white for Emerge from the Cocoon. Is that a thing? Maybe I'll do that. I do have 2 Branch Snappers. 3 Branch Snappers. Oh, man. You know, for something that started off so promising, this is ending pretty poorly here, I will say. There's a Ghostly Keybearer, but I don't have a ton of rooms. There's another Cathartic Parting, which I don't care about. There's a Glimmerlight, which gets a little bit better, and I have 3 Land Cyclers already. So I'll take the Glimmerlight here just to have another 2-mana play. It's also not terrible with Fear of Isolation. Yeah, this pack definitely ended much weaker than it started, I will say. I don't know if I want to really splash emerge from the cocoon. Wow, we are... Yeah, I don't know what happened. Like, to miss that badly on a pack. Like, that was the worst pack ever. The absolute worst pack ever. Like, I don't even know... It's left me speechless. That's how bad that pack was. All right. Anyways, we got the Valgavott's Onslaught at least. Let's still try to make the most of what we have here and see what we can do. I don't think this is a don't make a sound deck. We just have plenty of 2-mana plays. Fear of Isolation is kind of weird. It's like maybe a 4-mana play. You're just never playing that on turn 2. Actually, I'm going to do it like this. And wow, do I really have to play this many Branch Nappers? I don't really want to play Emerge from the Cocoon either. We're lacking a bunch of removal. We have a decent curve, but we are certainly playing too many cards that I am not a big fan of. So this seems pretty mediocre, but like I said, I will make the most of what we have. Yeah, and you know, given that I'm lacking removal, and I actually am not going too crazy on the manifest stuff here. Like, I don't actually feel like I'm going to deck myself. I don't think I need the Cathartic Parting just because I have double break down the door here. I actually think this could be a decent Frantic Strength deck. I mean, if such a thing even exists, just because I don't have removal. So because I don't have removal, I have space for an interesting interactive spell, which Frantic Strength can be. It can be good with the Cartographer. I can curve out here in some ways. So just having a trick might be something that I need to have success with this deck. And I don't really care for this Emerge from the Cocoon, I don't think. I only have 11 creatures. It combos with the triple Branch Napper, but that's basically it. And I just want to minimize the number of white cards that I need to play. So I think 2 planes is still fine with the Nico. 2 planes plus the Terramorphic Expanse plus Moldering Gym plus the Overgrown Zealot is a pretty good place to be. But the thing is, I don't ever think playing 3 Branch Nappers is correct. Maybe I still just play this and just hope that my opponents have lots of enchantments. And I guess we just cut 1. And I'm not shaving lands, I don't think. I'm just going to play 17 lands. And I feel like with the Valgavott's Onslaught, double Branch Snapper, Moldering Gym, Nico, I feel like I'm just going to have enough stuff to do here with my mana. Essentially, I'm just playing this as 2 just dinosaurs in my deck. Just 2 Colossal Dreadmaws. All right, let's give this a whirl. I don't have the highest hopes because that pack 3 was so bad. Anyways, before round 1 starts, I just wanted to say that if you've been enjoying all of this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, I do have a Patreon channel. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. And I really do want to give a special shout out to all of the patrons. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you for being so active in our Discord channel, which again, if you join the Patreon, you'll have access to, because there's just a lot of people looking to get better at Limited. And I feel like we built a really great community there where everybody's just trying to bring each other up so that we can all hit Mythic together. Like, I didn't even get an exercise. Anyways, all right, let's keep this hand. We have a couple of 2s. The Drowner is a decent 2. Obviously, Fear of Isolation is not really a 2-drop. Probably just going to play this out as a tempo play. Oh, wait, no. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. I needed to do this end of turn. I did this against a Golgari opponent? What the hell's wrong with me? Oh my gosh. That was bad. Now, on the bright... Oh, that's hilarious. They just went Altanak. Okay. Okay, Paul. Okay, Paul. Everything's fine. Nothing to see here. What if they put, like, 3 Say Its Name into the graveyard? That would be hilarious. So, I think they're pretty close to Delirium now. Don't want to cast the Fear of Isolation just yet. A Meat Locker would have been nice too. This card's much better when you have rooms. Let's play this just in case, I don't know, I find something awesome. I mean, don't they already have Delirium? Oh no, they need one more type. So this is actually not a terrible card to bounce with Fear of Isolation. Although given that I have 6 mana next turn, I probably just want to play the Branch Snapper. And like I said, Fear of Isolation also a reason to just be heavier on mana. You just have more things to do with your mana. Right? Okay, so now they're just thinning. They're basically thinning their deck out here. Wickerfolk Thresher. Okay. Wow. Why didn't they give themselves Delirium? Interesting. I have access to 6 mana? Alright. I think this turn has the potential to be really bad for me if they kill my Branch Snapper. Tapping that Cynical Loner was so bad. So bad. I think I'm really going to regret this. Yep. I mean, there's not much I can do. There's not much I can do now, that is. Yep. Alright, well, I gotta bounce a Thresher here, of course. Alright, Brute Spinner is also going to be problematic. And we shall pass. Man, Cathartic Parting is going to be so bad here. I wonder... Is the Emerge from the Cocoon good? I guess I don't even have a good card in my graveyard. Enduring Vitality. Okay, Cathartic Parting will actually do something. And now they can also play the Thresher here. Wait, they're not playing the Thresher? Okay. Well, then obviously that means they have some kind of removal effect or something that they want to play here. Drawing a land there was... Drawing three... I'm just going to say... Drawing 3 lands in a row off of Glimmer Burst, not ideal, okay? It's not an ideal thing to have happen. Wow. That's amazing. Yeah, I was leaning pretty hard on that Glimmer Burst, but now it's just, we're just... That is a very odd attack. Oh, I should have... That's a very odd block. What am I doing? I forgot this creature has Vigilance. I just thought they didn't attack with it. Alright, I'm at 13. Okay, just... We are getting sloppy here. Okay. Okay. Well, Break Down the Door was a nice answer. But we are definitely in Floodsville. I need a Nico. A Nico to get me out of this. Wow, Defiant Survivor plus Enduring Vitality. That's not the first time somebody... Why is their deck so much better than ours? Oh, I forgot I had that card in my deck. Oh, did that bail us out? 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, well, doing this for 5. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I only have 10 mana. I can only do this for 4. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we can only do this for 4. That was ridiculous. This is actually really interesting. Which one do I exile target non-legendary creature you control shards? So I can protect my creatures, or I can just have a giant monster. I think I just want a giant monster, honestly. Okay. I mean, I was so far behind that I feel like this was probably my only chance. But the thing is, they have so many great cards here. I don't know that this is necessarily enough. Isn't that crazy? A Valgavott's Onslaught for 4 might not be enough here. I guess we block. Yeah. Is this still in combat? Where is this? Okay. Sure. That's not bad. I'm at 10? They have so many chump blockers. Let's see how they block. So there's no way I can kill them. The question is, do I want to do anything here? Yeah, sure. Okay. All right. I have another Trampler next turn to flip over, so we got them to a pretty low life total. So they have... My opponent just has the best Delirium deck ever. Full stop. They probably have a Final Vengeance here for my Cryptid Inspector. Who knows? They have a Swarm Weaver, Unstoppable Slasher, Enduring Vitality with Defiant Survivor, Brood Spinner, Double Murder, Final Vengeance. What the heck? The question is, do I have lethal on the attack back? I feel like it. 7, 6. So this plus 4, 11, 19 trample damage. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep. But I feel like I need all my creatures here. Alright, please be out of action. Come on. Just 6 lands and all bombs? That's what we're doing? That was amazing. So I can bounce the bottomless pool here. And I can bounce the Swarm Weaver here. And shrink all their creatures. And then trample over for the win. That's certainly the hope. That doesn't matter. So they block my face down card. Well, the face down card blocking my face down card doesn't matter. Yeah, this makes sense. And I basically need them to not have an instant speed removal spell for the Branch Snapper. Woo! Valgavott's Onslaught for the win! Did I deserve this win? I absolutely did not. Was our opponent's deck much better than ours? Yes. But did we have the best rare in the set? Also yes. Or one of the best. You know, some people like Onslaught of the Mistmoors. That's also fine. Or Overlord of the Mistmoors, rather. Wow. Okay. Okay. Let's reset after that one. That one was exciting. That one was exciting. I am definitely considering whether or not I want to play that third Branch Snapper, though. Okay. Gonna keep this hand here. Get a Forest with Terramorphic. We have Nico, Bottomless Pool, Cathartic Parting, Break Down the Door. Our deck's definitely good against blue-white, I'll say. We have so many disenchant effects. Nothing here so far. No 2-drop, unfortunately. Our opponent's on red-white with a friendly Teddy. Okay. It is kind of interesting. I kind of want to trade with the friendly Teddy because I just want to draw a land. Is that crazy? Okay, maybe I'll just do that, actually. Maybe I'll just block the Percussionist and kind of hope. Or see what they have. No! Not my best card. That makes winning way harder. Like, it's better to at least just force them to use the combat trick. I think. Well, that's amazing for us, obviously. They hit a land. Okay. Land would be fantastic. Alright. Cannot complain about that. Interesting that they didn't play anything. Should I just keep my creature back? To play around Seas from Slumber? Anyways, I'm just going to play Nico here. The thing, the reason behind this is they just can't, like, I'm getting value out of this anyways, and it's just the best use of my mana. And yeah, I think I'm just gonna not attack, actually. Strand their mana. Certainly could have Seas from Slumber. If they had Scorching Dragonfire, they would have cast it. And if they attack me with the Teddy, it tells me that they have something. Even though they probably would have cast it last turn. And if that's the case, then I should just block with my face down card. Sheltered by Ghosts. Okay. Well, they can't attack me. Alright. This is actually really interesting because I can either kill the friendly Teddy or I can kill the... Actually, you know what? You know what's even better? I just have... Gosh, I have so many things I can do here. The thing is, I am a little bit concerned about Shard Mage's Exorcism or whatever. Shard Mage's... The Shard Mage card. Yeah, it's fine. I'm just going to attack. I'll be happy to shuffle Break Down the Door back in. I think, for the most part. It'd be funny if they used the Shard Mage's card. Because it won't work. This just gives me back Nico. So I'm just going to have infinite things to do with mana. So if I have Wary Watchdog, I'm just surveilling basically anything to the... I'm surveilling most things to the graveyard just so I can find lands. Look at this. I have so many shard tokens. Also, this just turns like a random creature. Now I have 4 shard. I can hit them for 12. I'll keep the land. I can also bottomless pool my Valgavott's Onslaught. I hope it doesn't necessarily have to come to that, but I can. Lot of good options here. I can bounce the Friendly Ghost as a tempo play. And then hit them for 14? That seems pretty ridiculous. Yeah, that was pretty good. I don't want that. I don't need Machete here, I don't think. They're at 4 life. I mean, just Nico by itself is about to win me this game. There you go. That's why you take the Nico. That's why you splash it. That's why you make that happen. All right, I guess we'll keep it to the 2 branch snappers. I'm going to wait till another game I get flooded, and then obviously then I'll bring it back in. All right, on the play here. 2 lands. I mean, look. Double branch snapper, 17 lands, overgrown zealot. We'll keep this hand here. We have a Flood Pitch Drowner on turn 2. Along with a Cathartic Parting, we have a Cryptid Inspector. Wary Watchdog, which can hopefully find us some lands. Okay, definitely keeping that island on top, so very happy about that. Peculiar Lighthouse. I bet you they're teamer. Yeah. And nobody actually plays blue-red. Come on. Happy enough beating down here, and I think they're happy with the trade, and of course I just want to land here. Plains is perfect. Alright, this is going... We're carving out nicely at least, right? It's not like the most spectacular hand. Our opponent seemingly has amazing mana here. That's okay. We still go turn 4 Machete. Branch Snapper. Nope. 2 more lands. Okay. I guess now we don't really need the lands anymore, but I'm happy that I drew the back-to-back lands, so I cannot really complain about that. Vanish. I wonder if they have Glimmer Burst. Anyways, I'm going to play my own Glimmer Burst just so I don't miss land drops. They're not going to have a counter here. Unless they have Don't Make a Sound. What was this? A land? What did they vanish? My creature? Yeah, I'll keep the land on top, actually. I want to be able to go land this turn, and then next turn, if I draw another land, I can go Fear of Isolation plus Machete, which is great. So, happy enough just continuing to hit some of these land drops. Diversion Specialist is the play from my opponent here. I do have the Flood Pitch Drowner here, which is pretty nice. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and... Playing a 2/3 flyer here does seem pretty good. So yeah, let's go ahead and play Fear of Isolation, bounce the Machete, and pass. Curious what they do if I double block. I don't know if that's actually the correct play, but... I mean, honestly, I probably should just Flood Pitch Drowner here. They're 1 away from Delirium. It looks like a bite spell of some kind. Ooh. 4 damage? This is super tempting. I kind of want to go for this, and this can hit me. Obviously, if they have another follow-up, it is what it is, right? But it's only taking 4 damage, so... Being able to save my creature via a combat trick seems worth. If they use another removal spell, it's simply a 2 for 2, right? So, and obviously we're just going to take this. So now we have a 4/5 flyer. If they can't kill it, it's kind of a problem. And it shows that they don't have a bigger creature in hand. So that's really good for us as well. Oh, you jerk! They got to eat my token for free. Alright. Good beats. I think I want the Zealot in play. Hopefully this 4/5 flyer can also win it for us. Another Growing Dread. Okay. Why would they main phase that unless this is like a cheap thing to flip up, right? Yeah. Well, I'm gonna tap down the Inspector now. Just way more damage. Okay. Alright, they're down to their last card. I have access to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. I should definitely play the Machete here first. See what we get. Got a Branch Snapper, which is fantastic. Wow, that actually happened? I'm shocked that they let the damage through. Okay. Okay, we'll see what they do. Huh. I mean, I think this just kills them. Yeah, this just kills them. This becomes a 9-powered creature? Yeah. As they say, Haumph. Okay. Sometimes the Branch Snapper gets there, but you know what? You know what's always consistent? Us being at rank 3, no matter how many wins we pick up. Okay, well. 3-0. Let's keep it going. Alrighty. 3-0, and this hand. Whew, they're on the play. This is one of those hands where it's sketchy, but it's got the best card in my deck, in my hand, and I have 2 things I can do on 2 with... I have 9 green sources and double Branch Snapper on the draw, so I will keep. I will keep this. It's not the best keep, I will say. But the obvious, obviously, if I just draw a forest or any green source, we're looking golden. What the? Okay. Oh, there's our green source. All right. I'll play the Glimmer Light out here just so I can trade this with the Fear of Lost Teeth. Actually, I'll just block the goat. Okay, never mind. I'll block the Fear of Lost Teeth. They were going to discard anyways. Oh, they must have a reanimation spell for the Snatcher, which would be kind of annoying. Well, if my plan is to use the Drowner, which I think I will, I'm going to play the Shack. We're just trying to minimize the damage that we take here. I do not want a Snatcher here on turn 4. Of course they have Snatcher on turn 4. Why wouldn't they have Snatcher on turn 4? That's the real question. I probably need to play Valgavott's Onslaught for 2. I can make this a 3-4 and then it becomes a 5-6, which is pretty good. Yep, alright. I could also double block the Snatcher. Is that worth it? Like, if they have a removal spell, it's not great for me. I think I just take the 6. Okay. Do they have a murder? Now, my real question is, can I afford to wait 2 more turns here? because I have a Break Down the Door, which I can use to manifest. Turn this into a 4/5, which can block the goat. Obviously, if they have a removal spell, it's kind of a disaster. So if I break down the door, I can eat the goat. I can chump block the Spectral Snatcher. You know what? No. No. We hit 2 cards off of that. That's pretty good. I wanted to get a little bit greedy, but given that they lived the Reanimator Dream here with turn 3 Goat into turn 4 Snatcher, that's just a little bit too much pressure here, so we'll go with this. Well, this tells me they probably don't have Murder. We'll note that if they do manage to find a very large creature in the graveyard off this manifest, then they have the Rite of the Moth. Nope. Okay. The question is, which creature do I want to flip up and which creature do I want to have die? Okay, the Cultist is whatever. Wow. That is amazing for us. Absolutely amazing for us. That they did not punish us in any way. How do I want to do this? They're 21? I kind of just want to make another 5/5. How will they block if I attack with this, though? 7/6. It'll have 8 toughness. Let's just tap all our mana. No need to attack with the Inspector. We'll just take it easy. Toby? That's fine. Alright, so we do have a game plan. Our game plan is to go to the skies. The game plan is to go to the skies here. Not sure how good this is. I can flip this up and play Break Down the Door. I can also just cast Break Down the Door. See what they do. Nothing. I can hold it though because there's just no point manifesting. I feel like my game plan here is just to win with the Fear of Isolation. The question is, do I want to flip this up to be able to flip that up? I don't... Maybe? Sure. Okay, we are getting a little bit flooded here. But slowly taking chunks out of their life total away. All right, let's thin out our deck of a land. And 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I'm just not moving the Glimmerlight. Just no real reason to. Appendage Amalgam, sure. They just don't have a great attack here, I don't think. Given that I have Break Down the Door as an option too. I mean, it's possible they go for like a big desperation attack. I just have such great blocks in general. But they do have a good number of... I mean, they have 7 attackers, and I only have 4 blockers. But they have to go for an all-in attack here. And I feel like this Break Down the Door will just be enough, but we'll see. Resurrected Cultist. Yeah, they're going to have to wait here, probably. Oh, that was amazing. So I'm actually going to attack with this one too, just because there's a shot I can just kill them. And I'm going to attack with the Inspector as well, because that forces some kind of a block. And if they do some kind of a double block with large creatures to block the Cryptid Inspector, then that means there's a much higher chance that I can trample over for the win. So we'll try this. I can also bounce my Floodpitch Drowner to tap something on their turn. Or I can just bounce the Weight Room. A lot of good options. They kind of need to have Slumbering here. Otherwise, they're just dead. Or Seize from Slumber or whatever. But if they had that... If the thing is, if they had that... They would have used it on my Fear of Isolation, so... Oh, they're at 1? What? Okay. Wow. Yeah, this did make things kind of interesting. They're at 1 life. I just need to make sure I don't die on the attack back. So I feel like Fear of Isolation on Floodpitch Drowner is probably pretty good here. Yeah. It's just going to be super hard for them to actually attack through the Floodpitch Drowner. Even if they kill this, I tap this, I block 3 things, and I still live. Wow, they actually survived, though, that turn. So props to them for being able to pull that off. I have a flyer, too, so they can't, like, jump scare me for the win. So plan here is to go Floodpitch Drowner on the Goat, probably. Actually, honestly, well, it depends on what they do, but it could also be the Amalgam. The only reason why I say the Amalgam is because they have Rite of the Moth. In case they return a Valgavoth from their graveyard or something. But of course, they still have 1 card in hand, so... I don't know. I think... I'm just going to get the highest power thing off the battlefield. Let's see what they mill. Hopefully it's not too bad. Okay. Oh, Seize from Slumber, sure. Alright, let's just block all the big things. This should certainly block something. Sure. They could have Split Up, I guess. I'm at 5. They can reanimate a Toby, which is not enough. I have a Lethal Flyer. I have a Break Down the Door as well. They go to 4, and yeah, they're dead. Okay. I mean, they did have a decent reanimation setup here, it seems, but we were able to overpower them. So, Valgavoth's Onslaught, once again, good magic card, allowing us to stabilize off of that really, really great start from the opponent. And we are now sitting at 4-0 and still rank 3. What does it take? What will it take? Just going for rank 2 now. All right, I have lands and spells, so I will keep. I have all my colors. House Cartographer, Wary Watchdog, Glimmerlight, and the Machete here. Cartographer on the draw is basically just a Grizzly Bear. Especially my deck that doesn't have that much removal. But man, we got to see this thing go off in the World Championship. It drew so many cards. I was like, this is the best House Cartographer I've ever seen. Do I play it out? You know, the upside of playing it out is there's a shot my opponent doesn't attack me back, right? And with my hand, I want to be the aggressor. I don't know. I'm going to run it out for the upside play here. Especially because I have a Glimmerlight next turn. So if they play like a 2-2 next turn, we'll see what they play next turn. Oh, 2-4? Ugh. They might not attack me, honestly. Ugh. You jerk. Given if they played a 2-3 even, I guess I just block. I don't want the Hardened Escort to just get additional value here. Not ideal, just mana-wise. I'm not really looking for anything in particular either. So I'm just gonna... Yeah, I'm just gonna Glimmerlight here. Equip. It's like not much different than casting Breakdown to Door. And Wary Watchdog, there's a chance I can double spell this later. And right now I'm kind of in a position where I'm reasonably happy with lands or spells. So I just play out a 2-2 here instead. Wow, they had... Oh my gosh, that's gross. Okay. I might need to break this down. Oh my gosh. What is happening? I'm getting beat down. I am getting beat down. Wow. I mean, this is the issue with not having removal, right? Like, a Hardened Escort with a baseball bat on it is quite problematic. We'll see what they do. If they spend their entire time... If they spend their turn activate in Hospital Room, I might just exile it. But I kind of want to play Glimmerburst here to find more lands. I can chump if I need to, or find more interaction. All right. So they didn't go for Hospital Room. I'm just going to take all this damage. It's annoying to take this much damage, but what can I do? This seems like probably a position where I need to go Valgavat's Onslaught for 2 again. That's a fungus, which I don't care about. So instead of Hospital Room, you chose to play Fungus? That doesn't seem correct. They must have... Maybe they have another play here, but... I think, Huh. I can also play Cryptid Inspector plus Wary Watchdog. I think I kind of like that, actually, because that's... At the cost of just, like, a turn, this sets me up to get a large Cryptid Inspector in play as well. And I can chump with a 1-1 if I have to. Floodpitch Drowner, I will absolutely keep that. Okay. Floodpitch Drowner to deal with the Escort seems amazing. I mean, at that point, I might not even need to do anything else, right? So we'll see. I'm just gonna try to take a little less damage, I think. I'll take 3. But the thing is, they have 4 lands and all spells. So I still have to tread very, very carefully here. But given how, like, weirdly conservative they are playing, I feel like maybe they should just be activating the Hospital Room. It would have just given them so much value. Maybe they have a 5-drop in their hand. I don't know. But last turn, they didn't play anything. Presumably, they drew Say Its Name this turn. Oh, ho, ho. Things get interesting now. Things certainly get interesting now. They got back the Fungus here over Fear of Exposure. Goodness. Talk about... Like, I don't even have any good enchantments here. I guess I have the Glimmerlight? Is that what they're concerned about? Alright. I guess it counters my Frantic Strength. Well, let's see what they do here. Obviously, Altenac would be awful if they find Although Altanek in this green-white aggro deck would be a really weird card. But given that I see two Say Its names, I think it's very likely they probably have another one. Okay. All the fungi. This makes it so it's just really hard for them to just attack me, period. Now the question is, what do I play here? Like, there's so many good targets for Break Down the Door, right? Like, is it best just to make a manifest? Do I care about the baseball bat? I don't know. Wow, okay. I probably just want to kill that. Okay. We still have 2 mana available. Can play a machete here. Obviously they have the fungus, but whatever. I just get to manifest here anyways. Let's manifest that. I'm at 8. I think this is fine. They only have 1 creature that can get through. Wow, they didn't block the Flood Pitch Drowner. Interesting. Oh, they can move the baseball bat. I didn't really consider that. It still doesn't kill me, though. And I want to get this Hardened Escort off the battlefield, I think. I don't think I die, but it's certainly possible. But there's also just as good of a chance for me to kill them next turn, given that I have this Frantic Strength. Okay. If they go Hospital Suite, then we're fine. How will they attack? Okay. Oh, they must have a trick, I guess. Frantic Strength, maybe? Jump Scare? Well, okay, that's fine. Land would be amazing, of course. Then we can Onslaught for 3. This is also fine, though. They're at 8. I can just go Fear of Isolation, bounce a land, and then play Valgavott's Onslaught for 2. They're kind of forced to block here. This is a lethal attack. They might just block the Watchdog, sack the Fungus, and kill my Machete. Or my 2/2. Both are reasonable options. But I think I'm just going to add too much to the battlefield here. If they sack the Fungus to do this, I guess I still don't have enough. Why didn't they block sack? Okay. Are they blocking at all? Okay. 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, that's just not lethal. Okay. We were 1 damage short. Oh, I shouldn't have put that Moldering Gym up top. Oh well. Anyways, this should be more than enough. Okay. That got kind of scary, I will say. But that Flood Pitch Drowner was great. And still ranked number 3. What is this lead? What is this lead? We are 5-0. Alright, 2 more. Honestly, I thought this was a 5-win deck, so I'm pretty happy with where we are. Okay, we are on the draw again. We have Bottomless Pool plus House Cartographer, so we have hope that we can maybe connect here with the Cartographer. Fear of Lost Teeth makes that less likely. Ooh, Wary Watchdog. Not a fan. Not a fan of the Fear of Lost Teeth. No 2-drop from the opponent. This might die. We'll see. I can Glimmerlight. Well, depending on what they play. Vicious Clown. They didn't attack me. Darn. I really want to find a way to draw cards with this House Cartographer, but I don't know how. I mean, let's just bounce. Okay, Vicious Clown comes back down. Cast Growing Dread. Ugh, the planes. That's why you play 2 planes. Well, I can Glimmerlight and it will trade with the Vicious Clown, which I think is probably fine. Yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with that, so let's just go ahead and do that. And then we can just equip something else. Probably split the difference here. Our hand could certainly use a little more action now. Egotist, okay. Oh, that's a nice combination of cards to draw there. So let's go Cryptid Inspector into Manifest Dread. Let's hope to not manifest the Valgavott's Onslaught. We will manifest an Overgrown Zealot, which we can flip up for more action. Looks like they have a Scorching Dragonfire here, though, for the Cryptid Inspector. Which means I can probably attack. Keeping the board clear so they can't sack things to the Egotist seems fine. It was going to trade with a 2-2 anyways. Now I can play the Watchdog and not be as afraid, right? Where they can just block sack. They have another one, which is actually very annoying. No, oh wait, I can play it! I can play it! That is awesome. Oh, I forgot about Growing Dread, even. Okay. Look, even if they kill the Nico, I get 2 shards, which is quite strong in this type of matchup where they're going to have a lot of good removal. So. And having this in play kind of blinks their removal, too. If they want to kill other creatures. That was great. That was good. I mean, this is the block. They'll sack Nico, but they're down to Popular Egotist, and that's it. I'll go to 12, and it's Egotist versus my Overgrown Zealot and all these shard tokens. So I'm liking my position here, definitely. Don't want that. Let's do this. I do want that. Let's play the land. Let's do that. And let's Glimmerlight the doggy. Okay. And we still have a shard token, and we have Locker Room ready to go. Don't know what their last card is. A Rip Chain Razorkin. Okay. Probably gonna sack. They're probably gonna sack a land as well. I guess I should sack this first to see if I find something. Like a Flood Pitch Drowner or something. Frantic Strength. That's super interesting. I'll keep it. I think they should block and sack a land, honestly. Yeah. Makes sense. I still get to Surveil, which is fine. And there's a good chance my Frantic Strength... Oh, I'm going to keep that one. I'm going to keep that one. What do you all think? Should I keep that one? Uh, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana, so I can do it for 3. Yep. See, it's not good game unless if you don't concede, though. You know? If you don't concede, it's... Like, just scoop it up. There you go. Now it's good game. Valgavott's Onslaught! Getting it done! Still rank 3! What the hell is this? What is this? Like... It's October 30th. How am I supposed to catch up? This is what happens. I knew this was going to happen. I was hoping it was not going to because I had a decent lead at the time. But man, all I can do is play these and try to hope for the best. But it's just, it feels like I won't be able to outgrind everybody else. Because right now we are sitting at, I mean, our win rate is just ridiculous recently. But we just can't beat the volume. Just cannot beat volume. We've had some good draws, though, at least, I will say. We've been drawing pretty well. We have all 3 of our colors. Now, no, this is a little bit sketchy. I need to draw a creature, any creature, so that my Monstrous Emergence can turn on. I have a good curve. I have the Moldering Gym, but if my opponent plays a very aggressive, has a very aggressive start, this can be bad for me. Don't play a 1-drop. Come on. Yeah, I mean, that's what I was afraid of. Well, at least with the Scavenger, that means there's a decent chance they play an enchantment on turn 2. And then maybe we can use the Parting. So it looks like they don't. Okay. Okay. We did find a Growing Dread, which I am very happy about. Tunnel Surveyor. Sure. Hey, let's hope they don't pump the Scavenger, right? Wouldn't that be amazing? Okay, well, you know what? This is a trade that I'm still very happy making. Wow, you know, you are smart, Old Man of the Sea. You are really smart. Props to you, my friend. Lots of options. Not having the second green is kind of rough. This can potentially add another counter here. I can play Moldering Gym. I can also just kill the Scavenger. I'm just going to kill the Scavenger. Yeah, I'm going to play a little more defensive strategy here. I could have attacked first and maybe hope they don't block. Next turn, I can still go Overgrown Zealot and flip up my creature, or just play Machete. Both are fine options. But they mulligan too, so I just feel like this is one of the cards that really lets them, you know, just gives them a really good advantage. Unable to scream on that. Okay. Don't mind that. I mean, it's honestly great that was kind of their big play. Now we get a 4-3 in play. Ay, ay, ay. Honestly, like as much as I want to bounce the Onslaught somehow, this is already one of the Fear of Isolations. And so I'd rather just be able to... I would rather just be able to flip up a Cartographer. That seems fantastic, right? Flip up a Cartographer, +1/+1 counter, get me a land. That seems really strong. Meat Locker. That's really fun. Give me a Forest. Forest would be amazing. This is just really awkward because if I... This is just really awkward because if I hit a different land, then this is not ideal. But I can take the risk and flip this over to try to hit a Forest. I'm not taking that much damage. And I need the lands. All right, let's go. Forest. Yes! Yes! Everything is wonderful. Everything is wonderful. Yeah, let's just keep developing our mana just because I feel like we're pretty far ahead. I could have Cathartic Parting the Drowned Diner. I could have done that. I think they're going to Drown Diner here. I can also just kill the Unable to Scream at some point. It's just, none of those are like high priorities right now. I'm going to be able to find another land here off the Cartographer. Which is great. So. Not falling behind a mana. Yeah, really happy that I flipped up the Cartographer here. They certainly have a solid blue-white shell here. Breakdown. Oh, yeah, our deck is actually really good against blue-white. Let's survive first. Get a land. Okay. So how much mana do we have? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana? All right. I'm going to play all of the things. That was a good turn where I played all of the things. I don't need any more lands. Oh, that is something to kill. I'm just going to say. That's a really good card to kill. And I get to shuffle all of these cards back in, which is great. I get to shuffle... I'll shuffle all 3 of these cards back in, honestly. Probably going to play a creature. It looks like they might just be playing a removal spell here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that is fair. Yeah, let's play Parting here. Because it shuffles it in. I can exile with this, but this shuffles it in. It's also cheaper. And then I also get to shuffle these 3. I don't want the Cartographer, but I'll shuffle these 3 back in. And then I can just wait room here. Hey, all of you must be happy that I'm playing this Cryptid Inspector, huh? And it's actually doing things. I never take it high. In the right deck, it's fine. It is definitely fine in this deck. No! What was that? Oh, that was a Fear of Isolation? I see. Elegant Rotunda. Okay. I see, I see. Let's Manifest Dread. Okay, couple of lands, sure. I'm kind of like trying to save this, I think. I don't know. I kind of like my board here. At the same time, like, being able to get a flyer in play seems pretty nice too. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. God. There's so much value to be had here. Okay. I want to get back a 5/5 flyer. Or a 5/5. Yes, please. Play weight room. Let's not hit the onslaught. Okay, we hit the branch snapper. Sure. Alright, good. Now we can attack for 7. Which is bigger than all of their creatures combined. We have locker room as an option at some point, but that's not really like a top priority for me at the moment. But this is a branch snapper, which is huge. Next turn, now that the 1/1's gone, I'm happy trading a watchdog for the 2/2. So we can probably get in for some really big attacks here. This is 2 mana here to flip this up too. So that I still have 4 mana to mess around with. If I draw a land, then I can probably unlock locker room. A lot of good options. Now remember, I also have breakdown the door to kill an opposing enchantment. So I'm kind of keeping this around in case they redraw Enduring Innocence or Overlord or something like that. But was this good? Just wondering. Bouncing my Fear of Isolation, replaying this, and getting another 5/5, which then pumps this up. It's just ridiculous. Look, and they put Unable to Scream on Cryptid Inspector, but it doesn't matter. It's still a 5/6 because it had 3 counters on it, and it's got the machete. That is another branch snapper. Huh, let me think. They have 2 cards. I'm just going to attack. Just going to attack and see what they do. That's fine. They have to block one of my big creatures. Unless they have a Cease from Slumber or a Vanish from Sight. Yep. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 10 mana? 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right. Big branch snapper. What you got? Hopefully it's nothing. Yes. Clean 7-0. Clean 7-0 with our blue-green deck. Blue-green deck splashing Nico. Doesn't matter. Still ranked number 3. Still number 3. What can I do, right? I can just play. I do like 3 drafts a day. That's pretty good, I would say. I have 33 trophies. I have a 66.7% win rate. This is all I can do. But hey, still a very, very nice run with this deck, which honestly, with how bad Pack 3 was, I wasn't quite sure this had what it took. Now, I mean, obviously we still picked up the Valgavott's Onslaught, but just the rest of the pack, we didn't have too many of the good signpost uncommons, but we still made it work. Onslaught was absolutely absurd. Nico won us a game. Fear of Isolation was strong. Flood Pitch Drowner, always reliable here. But once again, just a solid deck with Valgavott's Onslaught, which in this deck, sometimes in Blue-Green Manifest, this isn't so good just because, well, it's obviously great, but you have a high chance of manifesting this, which is unfortunate. But in this deck, we had double Fear of Isolation and a bottomless pool to potentially bring it back to our hand if needed. Obviously, we just drew it a lot. And then also, if we did every now and then mill it or got into the graveyard. We also had a Cathartic Parting to maybe try to shuffle it back in as well. So, you know, just again, sometimes I've manifested this plenty of times where it feels bad, but we did have a couple of ways to bounce it back. And again, Fear of Isolation, this card in Modern Magic, just having so many good enter the battlefield effects, this card just keeps rising and rising in value. It's so, so good. However good you think this card is, it's probably higher than that. And that's probably also why blue is so strong. Their uncommons are ridiculous. Look at my blue uncommons. Bottomless Pool, great. Flood Pitch Drowner, fantastic. Fear of Isolation, amazing. And Unnerving Grasp, great. Gremlin Tamer, Oblivious Bookworm. There's just so many. Cursed Windbreaker even in a blue-green shell. Paranormal Analyst. It just keeps going. And these are all uncommons. And they just worked really well with everything else that we were trying to do. Like I said before, we also drew pretty well, in my opinion. Really didn't get screwed over on our colors all that often. We curved out beautifully in most of our games and just didn't get run over. And whenever there were games where it looked like we were going to get run over, we had the Valgavott's Onslaught for 2 on turn number 5. So clean 7-0 trophy here. I will probably be able to do another maybe 2 or 3 drafts in the hopes of trying to hit rank 1, but unfortunately, it's possible that whoever is in rank 1 and number 2 might have too big of a lead because, like I said, I've been drafting a lot since I came back from the World Championships, but it hasn't mattered. 7-0, 4-3, 7-2, 7-2, 6-3, 7-1. Those are my last 6 drafts, right? And then the 1-3 that you saw yesterday. Those are my last 6 drafts. So in my last 6 drafts, I have 4 trophies, a 6-3 and a 4-3, and I'm still rank 3. So it's tough. It's tough, but try my best, and I will keep fighting, and hopefully we can at least hit rank 2 when everything is all said and done at the end of this month. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, as I really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you've been enjoying all of this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Additionally, check out tcgplayer.com for all your Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. If you want to pick up any booster boxes or singles for your next upcoming tournament, make sure you check them out. Click that affiliate link in the description below. Last but not least, check out heavyplay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. If you want great deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, and more, go to heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.